Alright, hi guys. I'm doing a little bit of a different setup today. I have a ring light. I don't know if I like it yet or not. Figuring it out. But I wanted to do this video. I've been thinking about doing it for a while and I just haven't taken the leap to talk about it. If you came from one of my Instagrams, one of my older Instagrams, you came from a fitness Instagram. And I haven't posted on there in months. I don't work out anymore. I kind of wanted to go into why I don't work out and why it's no longer healthy for me. This isn't to say that working out is unhealthy, because obviously it's not, or that if you work out intensely or anything like that, that what you're doing is wrong. I just want to preference that. It just became an unhealthy thing for me. I guess I kind of want to go into that. So, when I was in high school, I was anorexic and orthorexic. If you don't know what those are, they're both eating disorders. So anorexia nervosa is where you basically starve yourself. You give yourself a very low calorie diet to a no calorie diet, and you somehow sustain life that way. Orthorexia is where you become overly obsessed with health, like the benefits of health and healthy lifestyle living and exercising. So over exercising, needing things to be organic or clean, and just like having that mindset that if it's not that way, it's not good. So I was both in high school. I was on and off. Kind of started because I was not like a cute high schooler. I always felt like I was the ugly duckling of my friend group. I ran track, cross country in my freshman year. I did dance team, and I felt like I was the ugliest dancer out there. I really did. I felt like I didn't fit in, and I didn't like that. I also felt like, pathetically, that, no guy was gonna like me because I wasn't cute or thin or anything. I had a lot of self-esteem problems back then. So yeah. And then it became more about track. I was really good at track. Not to toot my own horn, but I really liked track. I was good at it. And I had this weird mindset that the thinner I was, the faster I ran. So I would just not eat. Or I remember like my sophomore, junior year, I was living on saltine crackers and fruit snacks. That was like my main source of calories, which has no nutrients whatsoever. So I was getting sick a lot. I was injured all the time because your bones become brittle. I was missing my period a lot. And then when I would have my period, it was irregular or painful. Yeah. So fast forward, in college, I ran track my freshman year. I kind of was more orthorexic in college in my senior year of high school. And I find that like when I'm stressed, I have more tendency to go anorexic tendencies than orthorexic. But in college I was more orthorexic, and I would like overwork myself. So they say, like, I don't know, in a cross country practice we were supposed to run like 5 miles, and I would run the 5 miles and then I'd go weight train and then I'd go run another 5 miles, and I was like overdoing it to the point that I was injured all the time, and it wasn't good, and I wasn't getting better, and I was frustrated, I was depressed. It just wasn't healthy. So after that, I stopped running completely, and I took a really big break from working out completely. I was injured. I'd injured my hamstring, and I had really bad shin splints to the point that it like physically hurt to stand, much less walk. Like it hurt all the time. So I transferred out and I went to like a public school, and I didn't work out for quite a while. And then I would find myself right back in old habits. So if I was working out, I was way overdoing it. I would wake up at like 4:30 in the morning and go weight train, and then I'd work all day or go to school or both. And then I'd go for a run or weight train again or swim, or like I was constantly moving my body, which in retrospect, like when you say it, it sounds okay, but the way I was doing it wasn't healthy because then I wouldn't nourish my body at the same time. I was constantly comparing myself to like fitness influencers and professional weightlifters and professional runners, and just like hating myself constantly. And then when I'd get depressed, I would get nauseous to the point that I couldn't eat. Like looking at food would make me want to vomit. So my sophomore year of college, I was diagnosed with PTSD from unrelated thing, and I actually lost, I think, like 30 pounds in 2 months. It's quite a bit of weight, to the point that you could see my collarbones, you could see like every bone in my body. It was horrible, because I couldn't eat. I was severely depressed. I was not well, and I had a 24-hour gym. So when I couldn't sleep because of the PTSD, I'd go to my gym. So I was working out and not eating anything ever, because anytime I'd eat, I'd take like 2 bites and I just want to throw up. Like I just felt so sick. So I've had like an ongoing battle with this for a long time. I'm 24 now. I'm almost 25. And that was when I was 21. Not even. I think I wasn't 21. I think I was 20. So not a whole lot of time in between there. I got to a place where I realized it wasn't healthy, and I canceled my gym membership. I just realized that it wasn't good for me. Canceled my gym membership. I was going to therapy. I was working on it. I was doing better. And when we moved here, I was still doing better until this last year. And I would go to the gym. And my gym membership here is through my work. So if you go 4 times, you got like a 50% discount. So instead of paying $37, I paid like $19 or something like that. I think that's right. And great, cool, whatever. So I had to go 4 times a month. If I didn't, like, I wouldn't want to go. And then I'd feel so guilty about not going. And I shouldn't feel guilty. If I don't want to go to the gym, I shouldn't have to go to the gym. But I feel so guilty about not going. So then I'd go my 4 times in the month, and I would sit in the locker room and just pick apart my body for like a half hour. I'd go out to go weight lift or walk on the treadmill, and I would have a panic attack. I'd just straight up start having a panic attack every single time. So then I'd go home, because I'm not going to accomplish anything. I'd go home, and I couldn't eat. Not because I couldn't eat, but because I felt like I wasn't allowed to eat. I felt like I needed to punish myself for not working out. And so it was getting to a point where it was no longer healthy for me to work out. So I took a step back in, I think, March or May. It was an M month. I canceled my gym membership, and I just said, I'm done. I need a break. I need to recoup. I need to figure out where my head is, and I need to figure out why this is my default. I don't like comments about my body. I don't like comments about my appearance. I really, really try not to comment on other people's appearance or body or anything. Weight, especially weight, whether or not they've lost weight, they're proud or whatever. I don't comment, because it's a sensitive subject to a lot of people. So a couple weeks ago, someone said something to me about how I eat a lot And I know they didn't mean it in a bad way. They were kind of complimenting me on how I'm very small for how much I eat, which is, you know, to a normal person, that wouldn't matter. It bothered me so much that I felt like I was going to cry all day. I felt nauseous all day. I felt fat. I felt ugly. I had a really hard time focusing. I felt like I needed to go to the gym and work out for hours. And I was like, no, that's not what you need to do. That's not healthy. It's not a healthy relationship with your body. That's not a healthy relationship with food. It's not a healthy relationship with the gym. I'm trying to get better at it. It's so hard. So hard. So basically, I stopped working out because it wasn't healthy for me anymore. I, from pretty young, had, you know, a bad relationship with my body and food and the correlation of it. And I have taken it down on myself a lot. I don't know. It's hard to rewire your brain to not feel that way about yourself. It's so hard. So I won't ever do a what I eat in the day. I won't ever do, I don't want to do anything like that with you guys and make anyone feel like what they're doing is wrong. I don't know that I'll ever do a workout with me video or anything like that. I don't even know if I'd incorporate that into a day of my life if I started going back to the gym, just because I don't know how healthy it would be. I really worry that it would become, like, it would overconsume my life again. It's like a very fine line of like what I can and can't do and where I'm at mentally. It really depends on how well I am mentally. Also, like I said, like my stress default is not to eat. I'm just not hungry, and that's not healthy either. So I want this page or this channel to be like a really safe place for people, because I know sometimes it can be triggering watching what others eat or feeling inadequate because you're watching an influencer who has this really healthy lifestyle, or just like they eat this and you eat this and they look like that and you don't. And that can be really hard, and it becomes very comparison like, which is unhealthy. And I don't want anyone to feel that way about me. I have really worked on my relationship with food. I like food a lot. I'm picky, very, very picky. Textures are weird. I don't like textures of a lot of foods. But I've worked really hard to get where I am. And currently I'm working on my relationship with the gym, my relationship with exercise, and my relationship with my own body image. So if I ever were to do a video like that, it would be way, way, way in the future. And it would be like, I have to be very, very confident in myself. But I also would think about you guys, and if I am potentially hurting someone by doing that. I fast forward. I have several vloggers that I love. I fast forward through every scene that they're going through what they're eating, because it makes me feel bad about myself. So yeah, I just kind of, I know like no one's asked me, but I think it's something that I wanted to touch on because like my brothers asked me about it, and it's different. As someone who is very, very active for a lot of her life, it's very hard to not be active. But I also know right now that not being active in the way that I was is so much healthier for me. So, no, I don't work out right now. I am physically active. I walk my dog into the kitchen, but I'm not running. I'm not lifting or doing strenuous activity because it's not healthy for me right now. It's a hard thing to admit. Sometimes it doesn't feel safe to admit that my brain isn't where I want it to be. But yeah, that is the video. Thanks for sticking around if you did. I appreciate it. Sorry if you heard my dog whining or my cat playing with the ring light or anything. It's chaotic here. I wanted to get this filmed and I just wanted to breeze through it while I had the headspace to do it. But both my pets want lots and lots of attention from me. So I'm going to go give them love. And yeah, you guys have a great rest of whatever day it is for you. Bye, guys.